Right, hey, good evening everybody. Welcome to Thursday night here at Raceface.Pro. My name's Alan Patterson and we are bringing you round 6 of 9 rounds of the GT3 Championship. Excuse me. So we've just gone past halfway. We're coming to you tonight from Barcelona in Spain, Circuit de Catalunya, and as I said, this is round 6. We've still got 4 more, including this one, which is Barcelona, Bathurst in at Mount Panorama, Australia, Zandvoort in Holland, and the epic final, round 9, which will be Spa-Francorchamps from Belgium. But Spain first to deal with tonight. Those of you who haven't seen it, this is where we're at. Great Grand Prix track. Classified a Class 1 track for F1, MotoGP, all forms of motorsport. The only recent change, actually there were 2. Down at the bottom of the back straight, you can see at the hairpin, La Caixa. That's been reprofiled now, which is the grey part, but these cars run the red line, and then the original line up at the top right, which was Europe car, was 2 fast right-handers down onto the start-finish line, and they introduced the chicane RACC to try and slow cars down and reduce the speed coming through the final corner, New Holland, onto the start-finish line. So some people think it's possibly messed the track up. It does definitely make it a little bit more complicated, and yeah, it's a timing section to get through there quickly and efficiently. The fast guys tonight, you will see, are super quick and super fast through there. They make it look very smooth. Standings as we are at round 6. Hybrid Academy X4 up at the top with Morgan McCall not too far behind, ATK. Ryan Ottens, also Hybrid Academy, the other team ZA, and then the first of the Kinetic Simworks trio, Christopher Radloff with Bernard King and Mac van der Merwe. That rounds out your top 6. So very, very close, as you can see the points there. Team-wise, Hybrid Academy X4, and this is what I've picked off the website, so hopefully this is the correct points positions. Hybrid Academy X4 leading ahead of 4 Kinetic Simworks teams, with Hybrid Academy 6th rounding out your top 6, and then the rest of the chasing field. So there we go. Right, back to the action on track. Let us see what is going on here. At the moment, we've got Conrad Volskink, who's in pole, a 144.0. I do believe we should see 1 or 2 143s here this evening. Second place, we're watching Ronald Childs. That's a 144.9, I believe. Yeah, 144.991 for Black Widow Racing. But everyone's going to get quicker now. So, as I say, I expect at least the top 5, if not more, to be all in the 1 minute 44s and 43s. Good evening to everybody on the YouTube channel that is there. Please feel free to bump up your settings. I'm streaming this at super high res. You can actually select 1440 60, so it's maxed out in HD. It'll look crystal clear, sound perfect, and should give you an amazing looking stream. So enjoy, drop some comments there, and have a chat. I'd love to hear from you. Right, let's go and see who's doing what as far as quick lap times goes. I think I'm on the wrong server actually. Give me a second, let me just double check this. Alright, I'm back with you, and indeed, I was in a pretty fast rush and didn't look carefully, and I had loaded the Pro-Am server, so apologies, here we go. So you join me, just under 15 minutes left of qualifying, and it's Mr. Daniel Rose up at the sharp end of the stick with a solid 43.5 and a bunch of people in the 43, so yeah, that's what caught me out. So apologies everyone, we are now on the right server, and we should bring some awesome racing here this evening. Christian Fenter, he's currently second, Kinetic Simworks. Third, Christian Deploy, also for Kinetic Simworks. So the big Bentley's running second and third at the moment, super fast here. Jan Bagger Krobler for Hybrid Academy, bringing the challenge to the Kinetic Simworks guys, and him in the Aston Martin. And Gideon Redder rounding out your top 5 for Kinetic Simworks. 6th place, we had Morgan McCall for ATK. Ryan Ottens in 7th place for Team Hybrid Academy. Sean Mumford in 8th place, part of the White Rabbit Gaming team. Heinrich de Vet in 9th place for Kinetic Simworks, also in the Bentley. And Paul Gaber rounding out your top 10 for Team Tryhard Racing in the Lexus. He runs a little bit deep into the hairpin and abandons that lap. Right, down here, further down, Hybrid Academy, Daniel Erasmus. And at the moment, Kinetic Simworks driver, part of the Prism team. It's Daniel de Villiers. Yeah, he is in 19th place in his Porsche. He just abandons that lap. And just to announce, happy birthday goes out to Mr. Daniel de Villiers. I believe it is his birthday today. So all the drivers ahead of him, you have to part ways and not go out of second or third gear, and Daniel will appreciate it very much. So hope you have an awesome race, Daniel. Right, up at the sharp end, Daniel Rowe, 143.554. He abandons that. Christian Deploy now in the lead in his Bentley. He goes quicker, 143.512. So you can see they're literally hundredths apart. Daniel Rowe, Fenter. Oops, let me just turn that off so we don't get these beepings. Sorry. Morgan McCall currently in 5th, and I'm led to believe Rob says he is carrying 30 kilos with him this evening. So Morgan with some ballast. Bernard King down in 13th place. Here for Kinetic Simworks Racing Prism as well. Justin Lotus for Hybrid Academy in 14th place in his Aston Martin. And then Mac van der Merwe in 15th place. Jason Luck for BWR in his purple and yellow Porsche. He's currently in 20th and getting along, doing some good lap times and getting quicker every day. Anthony Wilson from Logistical Nightmare Racing in his big Bentley, and he's in 21st. I have Daniel Erasmus in the pits, and that's 22 drivers. That's all I've got on the server this evening. So 22 drivers in total. A lot of people suffering from load shedding, but yeah, that comes with the territory. Right, who's on a quick lap? Daniel Rowe. He is 600ths behind Christian Deploy at the moment in the Ferrari, and right now he is 2/10 up as he goes through the first sector. And he's got one of his teammates just ahead of him in the Aston Martin, who will, it could be Handberger Krobler in fact, and he's going to possibly help with the draft, which should give Daniel Rowe some added speed. He's now gone 3/10 up, so he's carrying speed here. Coming down to the hairpin. That Aston Martin now has moved out of the way, so Daniel's on his way now, on his own. Through this the third sector, the very technical third sector, and coming up to this added chicane that they now need to turn sharp right, and then this little left right flick. You make or break your lap through that little section right there. Right, Daniel Rowe 3/10 up around the last corner. This is going to bump him at least into the 143.3s. He goes a 143.2, does Daniel Rowe. So great lap there, and that puts him in pole by 2.5 tenths. Mac van der Merwe here in 17th place. He is 3/10 up as he goes around the last corner. This is going to pick him up almost to about 11th or 12th place, and he goes straight up to 10th. So great lap. That last lap, a 144.1 for Mac van der Merwe. Tell you, super fast pace. Seems like a lot of people are getting very quick these days. We had the sprint race here last night. I was languishing in the 1 minute 45s. So I don't compare myself with any of these guys. They are all super fast and deservedly in the Pro Edition for the GT3 Championship. But wow, 43.2s, Daniel Rowe going quicker. And then 11, almost 10 cars within a second. And all 22 cars within 2 seconds of each other. So yeah, rapid, great lap times. Okay, we're down to 6.5 minutes left. You are watching the Raceface.Pro GT3 Championship, round 6 of 9 rounds. So 4 more to go. And thanks to all our other sponsors, supporting sponsors, Statement Watches, Resource Complete, PWSR, and Speed Labs. Don't forget the incredible connection, Kailami, 4 hours. This coming Sunday, I believe there are still vacancies or gaps. There's a 20,000 rands worth of prize money up for grabs there, I believe. Entries close this evening, midnight. So if you're not in a team or haven't joined a team, don't get online, register, do what you need to do. We will be bringing that stream to you live on Twitch on Sunday by it's a metal state, by the way. It's Christian Deploy here, 2.5 tenths off. And I think that's Johan Berger Krobler who is following him. Let's just double check that. It is. So Johan Berger Krobler picking up a huge bit of a draft off the back of the big Bentley. And I'm just watching the deltas. Nobody's up yet at the moment. Christian Deploy is the 10th up ahead in the Bentley, so he does he goes a little bit quicker. Johan doesn't pick up any pace there from the toe. Stays fourth, 4.5 tenths off the back of Daniel Rowe, with Eric Christina moving up into 5th place. Paul Cabin, his Lexus, was almost up but didn't improve. So looking for some quick laps. Right, Hannes van Wyk, here he comes. He's going to improve. He goes from 18th all the way up to 10th. So great final lap for Hannes. Listen. He's slightly up as he is through the middle of sector 2. He's at these 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths at the moment. The hard brakes down to the hairpin. Through this little tricky section, through that chicane, bumps a few times over the sausage curves. Still carrying a little bit of a advantage, and he does. He bumps up 2 positions, goes from 22nd to 20th. No one else on quick laps at the moment. Just on 2 minutes to go. So if anyone's going to do it, they've got to do it soon. Currently the Ferrari leading the pair of Bentleys as far as the quickest laps go. Another Ferrari for Eddie Kirstein in 5th place. So a good mix and match of cars up in the top 6, in fact top 7. With the first Porsche, Mac van der Merwe just improved, and he's popped up into 9th place. Jason McGregor in 10th place in the Porsche. First of the Porsches. And the first McLaren down in 15th, Peter Oosthuizen for BWR. So, and Morgan McCall in the lonesome AMG GT3 in 6th at the moment. Right, Max kind of happy in this setup as the time ticks down. He's again a 10th up. He might still improve over Gideon Renner in 8th place if he can get this round to the start-finish line. Oh, he's 2 tenths up. So Max going well here in the Ferrari. Here comes down to one of the hardest braking points, the hairpin. Gets his time in there perfectly, then runs through this little left-right. Now in the middle of the final sector, and that 2 tenths has gone out the window. Oh, and he aborts that lap. That was bad luck. So that puts paid to that run for Mac, and he's going to resign himself to starting 9th place by the looks of it. Gideon Renner, he's still out there for Kinetic Simworks in his Ferrari. 2 tenths down at the moment. Who else might be on a quick lap? Let me see what's Christian Deploy. He's also 2 tenths down. Daniel De Villiers, he's up. Here he comes in his Porsche, and he's carrying 2 tenths. Come on, Daniel, bring it home. It's the birthday boy. And he does. He pops into the top 10 right there in the dying moments. So a great result for Daniel De Villiers. Justin Lotus, he's still out on a lap. Almost finished. He literally is on his delta. I think he's gone 1/10 down now. Yep, he won't improve there. And that's that. So there we go. Daniel Rowe in pole, Christian Venter, and next to him, Christian Deploy, Johan Berger Krobler, and Eric Kirstein round out your top 5. Gonna go to a fast ad break, and then we should get all the cars on the grid. Stand by. and look, do a quick grid walk here. So we have Daniel Rowe up against the pit wall in his Ferrari here on my left. Then we've got the big Bentley of Christian Venter. Christian Deploy next with his Bentley. And on the right-hand side, it's Johan Berger Krobler's Aston Martin. Fifth place, Eric Kirstein in the Ferrari. There's Morgan McCall's ATK Mercedes in sixth place on the right-hand side. Ryan Ottens in the Lexus. Gideon Renner here in the Ferrari on the right-hand side. And Mac van der Merwe up against the pit wall. And Daniel de Villiers here on the right-hand side in his Porsche, the birthday man. 11th place, Jason McGregor on the left. 12th place, Hannes van Beek on your right-hand side. Heinrich de Wet in his Bentley on the left. 14th, it's Sean Mumford, White Rabbit. Paul Gerber here for Team Tryhard on the left in the Lexus. And next to him, Peter Westhuizen, the Sol McLaren. Bernard King, yeah, he is down in 17th place. Justin Lotus in 18th. Anthony Wilson for LNR in his Bentley here on the left. 19th place, Jason Luck next to him for BWR in his Porsche. Shavesh Bassoon, welcome, he made it in his Aston, 21st. And Daniel Erasmus rounds out your top 22 on the right hand side. View from the main grandstands, looking down at the grid. We're at the 30-second marker, so we should hear the engines roar to life. And they're going to start and do their outlap. Sure, it's been a wild, wacky year this year. I must say I'm looking forward to December. I'm going to be taking a bit of leave. I need a break. Great news as well, just came out this evening with the entry for the Kyle Army 9 hours, the official 9 hours, with Kelvin van der Linde and the trio of Audis in khaki and like heartfelt kind of colors. Khaki, camo colored Audis, all three of them in different tints, and again one of the new liveries that they got made just for the Kyle Army 9 hours. They look fantastic. And also great news, the confirmation of the Intercontinental GT Championship for 2022. 4 races with Bathurst coming back onto the racing arena, and Kyle Army being confirmed on the weekend of the 1st to the 3rd of December as the final race. So awesome news there. Good evening, Mr. Wentworth. Thank you for joining us. How you doing, Robert? It's a long lap actually. Not as long as Spa. Info for you, that main straight, by the way, if we have a look at this track map, it's just over 1,000 meters, so literally 1 kilometer apex to apex, with the start line some 400 meters down from the final corner. So a good 1 kilometer's worth of dicing that we should be able to see, and then a good long back straight as we see here with the big braking opportunity into the hairpin. Right, it's time to bunch the grid up. You can see everyone's in a hurry up, and then everyone must slow down. So, all getting into their positions. Last opportunity to warm those brakes up. Going to leave the camera on Daniel Rowe in 3rd place. Christian Fenton Deploy up ahead of him. Oh, look at that, actually. Fenton Deploy, the Bentley's front row. No, that can't be right. Coming down, waiting for the start finish. There we go. Lights are on, lights are off. Now the Ferrari is in front, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that timing screen, to be honest. A bit of a glitch there, but 3 abreast, oh my word. Here we go into T1. Oh, and 3 abreast also in the second set of cars. Morgan coming through there nicely and making up a position. For this Bentley running super wide here. I think this is Christian Deploy. That's allowing Eddie Kirstein to come up on the inside of him. Morgan hanging out to dry a little bit on the outside. That's allowed Johan Bager-Grobler to go through. And nice clean racing for the first couple of corners. So, oh, some opportunistic passes happening here. Johan Bager making moves. And he now goes past, I think that's Christian Deploy, as does Morgan. So, starting section here, and Christian's struggling a bit with the Bentley. I'm sorry, it's Christian Fenter. Oh, a little bit of looking and considering through the tight hairpin. Christian Fenter giving up another position there to Ryan Ottens. So he's literally gone from, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd down to 6th at the moment. Here we come through the final sector, and it's Mr. Rowe in the Ferrari. Christian Deploy right behind him with Eric Kirstein nicely up into 3rd place. Johan Bager 4th, and Morgan McCall rounds out your top 5. Good clean first lap by everybody. I don't think it was contact anybody. Touch wood. Everyone, touch your head. You see them come streaming down in the background. Great shots these. The secondary cameras actually produce some very good footage. Christian Deploy putting Mr. Rowe under huge pressure here early on in the race, and this is good. See what Christian Deploy can see. We'll go on board a little bit with him. See how stable Mr. Rowe is in that Ferrari, and if he's happy with what he's got underneath him. Bentley's got huge grunt and he's extremely efficient, even though it's this big bulky car. Christian has a look, pulls back in behind him. A little bit of a fakie going on there, but he's trying to get into Daniel's head. These two getting a bit of a gap. Oh, Eddie Kirstein running very hard into there, and he's now holding this lot up. Johan Bager's right there, as is Morgan McCall. This at the end of the straight is just going to be hectic. We'll go to the helicam. Johan Bager-Grobler, he moves out. He's now up alongside, and here comes Morgan. He decides against it. Oh, and Eddie Kirstein pulls out of that, and now he's getting hammered over the curbs. And he's now just dropped 4 positions there. And there's somebody flashing lights at him as Morgan McCall takes an opportunistic pass, and he bumps up into 3rd place with Johan Bager in 4th, Ryan Ottens 5th, and Christian Fenter on a recovery in 6th. This is good racing. This is awesome racing. Oh, that's Daniel de Villiers in the Porsche. Flashing lights away at Eddie Kirstein. Daniel, birthday boy, doing a superb job. Qualified in 10th and he's into 8th place. And looking, he's on the attack for Kinetic Simworks. Hello Keegan, how are you, buddy? Right, down into the braking. Oh, further back, Paul Gerber, Mac van der Merwe. It's the Lexus, and the Lexus does come through. Everybody gives each other the room. That's some good racing going on there. Back up to the front end. Morgan now, trying to soak up the pressure from Bega Krobler. First and second, checking out already. Up the road they go, you can see. McCall in third in the Mercedes. Bega Krobler behind him, and Ottens round out your top 5. Bega Krobler looking, wanting to get this position. Right, let's go down a little bit. Sean Mumford. It's all going on down here as well. Sean Mumford for White Rabbit Racing in the Aston Martin. And just up ahead of him, that Lexus was a tad wide. I think that was Paul Gerber. It was indeed. So Paul Gerber's having a big problem. Dropped 2 positions there. Orange and black car. Oh, further back, here's Mr. Jason Luck himself. He was in 20th. He's up to 17th, so he's had a good start. He's got Anthony Wilson behind him, Daniel Erasmus, Shavesh, and Van Wyk and Justin Lotus. Justin Lotus was higher than that, so I've got to say he's had a big drama somewhere. There he is in the background. Henrik de Vet in 12th place, right under the wing of the Porsche of Jason McGregor. Jason McGregor himself looking at the back of Mac van der Merwe. So there's Dyson going all over. I'm going to try and grab everything I can, and I'll hopefully pick up highlights when and if they happen. Thank you, Keegan. Nice of you to say, young man. Appreciate it. Alright, 4 laps done. Daniel Rowe, and he is checking out. He's putting a second gap on Mr. Deploy. And they are already 3.5 seconds up the road. Here we can see Morgan McCall. He's coming along strong. Putting also a bit of a gap between himself. A small one between himself and Bega Krobler. But Ryan Ottens is on the attack in the Lexus. And he is... he's arriving to start harassing Bega Krobler. Henrik de Vet here in 12th place. Let's go and look at this. Oh, super traffic jam. He's looking at Jason McGregor with interest up ahead. It's coming down here to the hairpin. It's these dives. And look at the Lexus. Paul Gerber having to run defensive. And behind Paul Gerber, it's Bernard King. Bernard King in his Aston Martin runs a little bit deep. And he's got Sean Mumford in his Aston Martin, the red one just behind him. So... great little pockets of dices happening all the way through the field here. Like Bernard King's, he's right in the middle of this one. Let's see what happens here. Last laps for Bernard King. A 145.4. Your leaders doing 144.3s. Christian Deploy did a 144.1. Mind blowing. It is outrageous, actually. Race pace with a solid big load of fuel, and you're doing 44 ones. Gee whiz. Derek Peters, good evening. Welcome. And Jody Wales. Jody Wales, yep. He's shouting for my mate, Jason Luck. Here he is. And Jason improving already. He is a good couple of positions up from his start. And he's not far off the back of Peter Oosthuizen, just up ahead of him. You should catch him in, I don't know, maybe 10 laps or so, if not quicker. Jason, last lap, a 1:45.3, so still doing good paces. And up ahead, Bernard King again. He's got Sean Mumford in the red Aston Martin looking to try and make a plan. Oh, get some very bad drive out there, and Sean Mumford looking to try and make a move past Mr. King. It's super difficult to get a pass done here. If you position the car just right, it's there's no option. You can't get by. So let's pop up here quickly. Christian Fenton, Ryan Ottens, watch this. Down to the turn 1. We had a look and he bailed out. Oh, and just up ahead, look at Bega Grobler on the back of McCall. Wow, so Morgan carrying 30 kilos of ballast, and he's struggling with that. That's going to not only affect the handling, but it'll also affect the tire wear and the fuel consumption and he's doing good in 3rd place. Yes, Carl is. Good evening, and yeah, appreciate it, guys. Please click on the thumbs up, subscribe, etc. We're trying to bring you probably, arguably, the clearest and best streams locally. I am pushing 13 megs a second right now, and extremely high res. So you can go and click on 1440 E60 HD quality. It should look like you're actually watching the real race. In the game, I mean. Right. Onno van Ransberg, how's it? And he's shouting for the man. We're watching Johan Bega Grobler, who is seriously wanting past this Mercedes, and Morgan doing everything he can, his entire skill set here, to keep this Aston behind. He's running defensive to try and break the toe. Goes a little bit of weaving going down the main straight. Once he gets down here into the braking zone, he's got to stay put. And here we go. Brakes a little bit earlier than Johan because he's carrying that extra weight. Through T1, clip that inside curve for T2. Now the long right-hander. Then you've got to just jam your foot on the loud pedal and hope the car grips up. Oh, look behind. Christian Fenter. Oh, saw that. Christian Fenter in the Bentley looking at Ryan Ottens. Gee whiz, they're close. Here they come down. Ryan Ottens having to run defensive with the Lexus. Christian looking for the undercut. Nothing going on there. But look, there's pairs of cars. You can see them. It's McCall and Grobler. It's Ottens and Fenter. It's Kirsty. Oh, and they both run a little bit wild there. Oh no, there's a little bit of drama as they rejoin safely, and this other Bentley, I think it's Mr. Heinrich de Wet arriving on the scene. I was busy looking at the timing screen when that happened, so let's go back. We were watching him, so I've got that on replay. Here we go, as they come through T4, T5, now head down to the little left-hander. This is where it was. Was there contact here? Oh yes, I think that Bentley just had hit the curb and looked like it outbraked itself a little bit. So bad luck there. Nothing, not too much harm. The Lexus did manage to stay in place. Ryan Ottens in 7th. But Mr. Fenter's dropped all the way back down to 11th on his recovery, and he's in the thick of it down here. All right, back to Morgan. And we missed that one, unfortunately, but Bago's just gone past him, and it looks like it happened into T1. So Johan goes up into third. Morgan McCall with 30 kilos of ballast. He's in fourth. Dropping to 15th here, Sean Mumford in the White Rabbit Gaming Aston. And he's closed in right up on Mr. Renner with Peter Westhuizen in the McLaren. I just see a car on the bank. I did. What is that Bentley doing there? Oh, we've lost somebody. There is a car on the inside on the curb there. Is that Christian Fenter? Oh, it's dropping. You can see this gap going down. Can't tell you. Is it Heinrich? No, it's not Heinrich. Who was that? There's a Bentley sitting in no man's land. It's had a net code error. I'll show you now. These guys are going to come around. Let's just double check this and see if it's still there. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a turn 5, 6 down the hill at the little left-right kink. Daniel Rowe holding a half a second gap over Christian Deploy. I don't see any. I do. No, I don't. There is a gap going on there. Here, watch on the left of the track as these cars now behind them on the inside of the track. There. There, you can see it in the background. There's a car stuck in the catch fencing. Whose car is that? A big glitch going on there. Everybody's on 9 laps. So, all looks good to me. While these three are dicing here, Peter Oosthuizen, Mumford and Renner, Jason Lux slowly catching up in 17th. And, oh, Sean Mumford almost into the back there. He had to take avoiding action. Wow, that was close. He almost ran into the back of Gideon Renner's Ferrari. That had to slow up Mr. Oosthuizen, and Jason is right there in the Porsche. There you can see him coming. Okay, Ryan Ottens in the pits. Christian Fenter, early pit stops here. Mac van der Merwe looking at the back of Heinrich de Wet here. So Jason McGregor, they all now progress and move up 2 positions. That Lexus of Paul Gab has got itself sorted and is looking super dangerous on the back of Mac van der Merwe. Anna van Mansberg shouting for Bernsey. Bernard King. And he is in fact right here behind the Lexus of Paul Gabbe in 11th place. And looking to attack actually. Oh, that car's still there in the air. It's none of the drivers, it's everyone's accounted for, so my timing screen's not showing somebody that's off. It's Christian Fenter. Okay, it's Christian Fenter, that's whose car it is. He's got stuck. I can't tell you what's going on here, but that just looks weird. And now? Okay, Christian Venter has in fact disconnected. So maybe that's a bit of load shedding that's happened. So we'll see if he manages to reconnect or if he's gone. Alright, Daniel de Villiers up into 6th place here in the Porsche. Paul Gerber, Bernard King, this dice all happening. They're all queuing up behind the Porsche of Jason McGregor, but even gaps all the way back. Jason up into 13th here, so Jason managing to get past Sean Mumford. So Jason on a good drive back. In fact, he's a good couple of ways up the road from Peter Westhuizen, so there must have been some contact that we didn't see just now, and he managed to get through, and he is now closing up on the back of this 10th, 11th, 12th dice with Gerber, King and Renner. Ryan Ottens, is he still here? He is. So Ryan Ottens is pitted. He's pits out the way. He is on lap 11, so almost a lap down, but that's okay. He's pitted, and it looks like Christian Venter has in fact disconnected. So that was that must have been a load shed issue for that young man. Right. It's not the race I was looking for. It's Hannes van Beek. Here he is, looking at the back of Anthony Wilson. So these guys, oopsie, also having a little bit of a bounce around just behind there. I think it was Mr. Westhuizen getting a... Oh, it's Gideon Renner. He's got some terrible pings going on. Yeah, he's not happy. Jason Luck literally just went right through him. Well, I hope there's no contact made here. Oh, there is contact. Gideon Renner, he's got huge net code issues. This is where we need an admin person to actually remove him off the server. So Ryan Ottens in 21st, but with his pit stop out the way, he should be good to go. 57 minutes, so... Oh, what is that? Sean Mumford turning around Jason Luck at the hairpin. Jason manages to turn it around quickly and gets up and going. So I can expect a mouthful from him after the race again, but that was a little bit of bad luck. Right, Morgan McCall still hanging on to the back of Bago Krobler. Row and deploy up the road. They now 6 seconds, in fact, up the road. McCall, Bago Krobler with McCall 1.2 seconds apart. Then a 4-second gap back to Eric Kirstein, who has Daniel de Villiers showing a huge amount of interest here as well. Oh, Mr. Venter, you're on YouTube. I found your car hovering in the air. If you scroll back on the YouTube stream a little bit. Yeah, I thought you disconnected. Your car would go take the scroll bar and scroll back a little bit. That was bad luck, man. Your car was right there on the inside of that corner for a bit, hovering up in the air. Bad luck. De Villiers, right, oh, they run a bit wide there, and depending on the speed through there, that could have been a track warning. I suspect, based on experience from last night, we will see a few DTs before this race is over. Easy to get some drive-throughs on this track. because there is runoff in certain areas, and the white lines on your outside tires dictate the track. So although you think you can run wide, you will get a track limits warning there. Yes, as Ono says, it was the Matrix for real. I saw it and I wasn't sure if I saw it, and then I managed to find out who it was and went into in-car and then looked around, and there you were. Sorry, buddy. Bad luck there, man. Okay. Close dice here with Burnsy. Bernard King in 11th place. Still trying to hang on to the draft of Paul Cabber's Lexus. Paul Cabber doing well in 10th place. Bernard King not too far behind as they hammer through T1 and T2. Oh yes, we actually... Yes, you had network spike. You ran into the back of Ryan Ottens, that's right. We saw that. A little bit of a rear ender, and you came out that sand trap slow in a good couple of positions further back. And then not too long after that, I saw you parked up. Yeah, it was at this corner where Bernard King is now. You on the inside there against the barriers. Bad luck, man. Right, 54 minutes and counting. We're about literally 10 minutes away from the pit lane lighting up, as you can see. Some drivers will have different strategies this evening. Hot, 36 degrees, so we'll have to see. Bernard running a bit wide through that last, through the exit of the chicane in Sector 3. It's such a tricky section. Last lap, a 146.2, kind of what I was doing. I can relate. I had a good dice with Bernard King the other night. It's going to have a look what's going on. Peter Westhuizen, yeah, in 15th place, and Anthony Wilson. Look at this. Peter Westhuizen in the McLaren, super close under the wing of that big Bentley. Yeah, bad luck there, man. Yeah, Gideon Renner's pings have dropped and gone back to normal now, so he should look normal again, but it's tough when we're at the mercy of the South African interwebs and the various networks, and now some people can be perfect and others can just have absolute diarrhea as far as network speeds go, so I hear you. Peter Westhuizen still looking up ahead at Anthony Wilson's Bentley. And just behind, there comes Mr. Luck, who's on a drive back after a little turnaround here at the hairpin. Unfortunate for him, but he does enjoy the drive backs and puts in some good passes. So he's about to come and sort out Peter Westhuizen. On board with the Porsche. Let's see how stable this is. His last lap, a 145.7. So Jason putting in some quick laps here. Must tell you, Mr. De Villiers up in 6th. Mr. Birthday Boy sent me a little personal message and said, please can I ask you a favor? I said, sure. No, I didn't. I said, oh, that's a bit of a loaded question. And he said, do me a favor and just keep the camera off me tonight. I don't need any of your commentators' curse. It's my birthday and I want to have a good race. and he is having a good race. He's up into 6th after qualifying 10th. So keep it up, Mr. De Villiers. Jason closing in, but oh, gotta go to Mr. De Villiers. He's super close here with Eddie Kirstein, and I mean super close. I think we're going to see a good pass happen. This is not the right place to make a pass though. But depending on his drive out of that corner, it will depend on what happens at T1. And he's good, he's close. Just under 50 minutes left. It's Rowe from Deploy, from Bega, Krobler, McCall, and this dice for Kirstein and De Villiers, rounding out your top 6. Yeah, Rob, you're right. Ryan Arten's going to do a full hour, a full 60 minutes, in fact, a little bit more actually. But that's doable on a stint of tyres, and we know the car can deal with that as far as fuel goes. So we should see him pop up in the top 10 somewhere. Oh, Eddie Kirstein had to lift there. He was running far too wide for that chicane. Daniel De Villiers is going to have him down at the hairpin here. Oh, he runs super wide through there. If he didn't lift there, he possibly got a track cut. Ryan Arten's over the line. His last lap a 1:45.3. Solid laps. His quickest a 1:44.3. So he's coming through T2, T3, and up ahead of him, Justin Lotus. He's in the middle sector, so that gap's probably 40-ish seconds. Back to Ryan Arten's. So a little bit of a drive back, but we'll see how he goes. Shavesh Bassoon, here we go, look. He's all over the back of Sean Mumford. Need to see some passes happen here. Gideon Renner in the pits. There he goes from 13th, I think he was. So Gideon Renner pitting at 47. The pits next lap, 45 minutes. We should see it start lighting up. Just up ahead, Jason Luck. He has arrived on this party. Oh, it's a little bit of commentator's curse. Runs a little bit deep through there and puts paid to that challenge. Paul Gerber looking at the back of Mac van der Merwe and putting a little bit of a gap between himself and Mr. Bernard King. Yeah, I know, you're right. Nobody is pitted, and we're at 46 minutes, so I think they're all going to just come pouring in the next lap or two if they're doing a 50-50. Just a friendly reminder, you are watching the Raceface.Pro GT3 Championship. And there we go. Burns is in. So from 11th place, Bernard King, the first person. Well, not the first person, but of the bunch that we were watching. And thanks to our supporting sponsors, Statement Watches, Resource Complete, PWSR, and Speed Labs. This round 6, we've just turned the halfway mark in this GT3 Championship. 4 more, well, after this race, 3 more rounds to go. And it is closing up at the top. Oh, Heinrich de Vet. Oh, Heinrich de Vet on the back of Jason McGregor. This is the dice for 7th place. It's about to turn into a 4-car party. Jason McGregor trying to hang on to that position. And clearly slaying Heinrich up a little bit, because that's allowing the Porsche and the, at least the Ferrari and Lexus behind to close in on them. I found this braking point very difficult down here at this hairpin. I never get it right every single lap. It's sometimes too early, too late. It's just the daft corner. Right, here we go through the final sector. This little technical left-right chicane. And you get this right, it makes your lap. You get it wrong, and oh, there we go. Porsche's in, so Jason McGregor peels in, as does Morgan. So McCall's in, and here comes the Lexus of Paul Gerber. It's a bunch of people in the pits, 3 cars, as we expected. Oh, there's a Porsche there. That was De Villiers. Oh, Daniel De Villiers, he's just dropped down 2 positions out of 6th. So he had a problem that we didn't see. And we're running custom liveries, so I'm not going to attempt the in-game replay because it just doesn't work. So Heinrich de Vet and Mac De Villiers go through 5th and 6th. Daniel gets back on the track in 7th. So he loses a bit of time. Not a train smash, but he clearly hurt his tires. Looking a little bit squirrely now. Needs to just settle down and just keep the car in a straight line. A little bit of teamwork going on here with De Vet and Mac van der Merwe. Who's next for the pits out of our leaders? Yep, there goes Heinrich. The Bentley goes in. You can literally hammer it around that corner, and then you've got to climb on the brakes. There's the line. Ooh, he was close. Ooh, he was close. I wonder if he slowed down enough. We'll see if he gets a stop go as he exits the pits. I think he might have left that. I don't know. We'll see. Right, Daniel Rowe, 21 laps and superb drive. Last lap a 145.1, he's quickest a 144.2. Very good consistency. Not being pressurized too much, but Christian Deploy, there he is. Not too far back in the Bentley. 3.2 seconds off the back. With Johan Vega Krobler, 6.8 seconds back. Here he is in the Aston. That's your top 3. Eddie Kirstein then a good 14 seconds back with Mac van der Merwe rounding out your top 5. Yeah, I agree. I think that might be a stop and go for Heinrich de Vet. We're going to see in 2 seconds because, oh, he's about to hit the pit wall. Right now it'll tell us. Oh my word, he must have stopped in time. That's incredible. He looked like he was too quick over the line, really. Right, so Oosthuizen, Luck and Bassoon in the pits. And Heinrich comes out. Oh, there we go. Christian Deploy in from 2nd place. It's always good to watch the guys drive into the pit lane because it's a tricky pit lane to get right. Eddie Kirstein goes through. Mac goes through. Daniel De Villiers, he's in the pits. There's the line. Yeah, he looks like he got that right. Christian Deploy is in, just up ahead as well. Anthony Wilson goes through. Anthony Wilson into 8th place for Logistical Nightmare Racing. So he's having a A nice clean drive. Sean Mumford into the pits. Hopefully he brakes in time. So Morgan McCall, the first of the fast guys that had pitted and is out. He is in 12th place. Okay, he comes down through sector 3. Let's see where he is. Yeah, I agree, guys. That line, it can creep up on you. At Bentley, I reckon he was going, Eish. Morgan flicks the car back on the track. He was running a little wide. So Christian Deploy in 9th, who is essentially our net leader at the moment. Here he is. Daniel De Villiers leaving the pit now, and he's out. Oh, see that Lexus going past. There's a big dice going on there. That was Ryan Ottens, I think. So Ryan now busy with his drive back through the field. Oh, right on the back of Bernard King. This is for position. This is 14th, 15th. Oh, jeepers, talk about it up the inside send there, and Bernard King getting a little bit of a bump out the way. And now he does one up the inside of this other Lexus, the Team Tryhard Racing Lexus. That's Paul Gerber. So Ryan Ottens is just foot down and let's go. That was let's go and look at that replay. Here around T3, he gets a huge drive. He's now on the inside of the Aston Martin. He's at the rear bumper, and leaves his braking very late to make that corner. And yeah, I'll leave that up to the stewards. I'm not going to say anything. What happened to Paul Gerber's pit stop? I don't know. Happened. Eric Kirstein's in the pits. Yeah, Paul Gerber must have had a problem. I don't know. He's in and out. But he's in the thick of things here with Jason McGregor right behind him. There's the Ferrari of Eddie Kirstein just coming out the pits. Now the pit exit is a complete gamble on this track as far as T1 goes. Eddie Kirstein there trying to hold on to his position with Heinrich de Wet in the Bentley. Ryan Ottens is here. Paul Gerber's here. These Lexus are dicing. Jeez, this is close. Heinrich de Wet, look at this. Poor old Eddie Kirstein's going, oh, look what I just drove out into. Talk about traffic. Rowe and Mac van der Merwe first and second into the pits. Oh, and that's going to be a drama. Eddie Kirstein getting sideways there. Bentley comes through. Oh, gee whiz, how is there no contact? It's the Lexus coming of Ryan Ottens, and he's now around the outside. They two abreast round there. Now into the hairpin. Hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes. Yesterday. Jason McGregor in the Porsche. I don't know how he didn't make contact. Let's go to the helicam because this is the only way to actually see this happening. We'll go one back to Jason McGregor. He's in the Porsche there, just behind the Ferrari of Eddie Kirstein, and some serious racing going on here, guys. Mac van der Merwe, Van Wyk, Erasmus in the pits, out the pits, pit stop done. Anthony Wilson leads, Justin Lotus second, still to pit. Oh, Hannes van Wyk, stop go for speeding in the pit lane. Yeah, bad luck, buddy. You didn't brake fast enough. And here we go. Round number 2. Let's go up again. It's not Heinrich, it's Ryan Ottens. There we go. Ryan Ottens in the Lexus, looking. Paul Gerber right behind him looking. And Mac van der Merwe looking in the mirrors. It's just a train of horsepower as they come down through this little left-right into middle sector already. Little lift here and just coast round and then climb on it for the long back straight down to the hairpin. In the background, Burnsy King. Right, Justin Lotus into the pits. Now everyone's got to brake properly. We'll get through the hairpin. And now through sector 3, it's timing section. Still waiting for a few drive-throughs to appear. I guarantee they'll appear. We're at 35 minutes and counting. And there's a couple of guys have run off track, and I'm sure they would have got warnings or track cuts. Oh, in the background there, it's Jason McGregor looking at the back of Eddie Kirstein. Eddie Kirstein running defensive, going up the middle of the track. Jason going even closer to the pit wall. Now pulls back behind the Ferrari. Now pulls out. Eddie Kirstein takes his line, and through they go. Got to just keep on watching this for now. It's the closest race on track. Christian Deploy, 2/10 behind Daniel Rowe. I tell you what, that's for the lead. Gee whiz, look at this. So there was a 2-3 second gap here, and that's gone. Christian Deploy pushing. Yeah, Robert, I'll go back there. I just wanted to see. This is a very close delta going on here, and this essentially is the lead. Hannes van Beek in the pit serving his stop go, so that's unfortunate. He's going to go right to the back. In fact, is Hannes even going to come out? Christian Deploy putting in maximum attack effort right now in the Bentley, going on to Daniel Rowe. I don't think Hannes is coming out. I think he's retired the car. He has. That's bad luck. So we've had 2 disconnects. Mr. Hannes himself, and earlier on, unfortunately, Mr. Fenter. This is good dice going on here as well for the lead now. Just want to hang around here because this is important. This is for the race win. I will pop back to that train just now. They are all still close behind Mac van der Merwe. Oh, look at that. Christian Deploy in the Bentley. Gee, gets very close through that section. He catches that tank slapper. That was close, but Christian trying everything he can. Daniel went down the middle of the track. There's a defensive line, and that compromised both of their lines through the hairpin. It's fallen off a little bit, but I'm sure he's going to pick that up. Anthony Wilson pits. Last car to pit. We have 20 cars left, ladies and gents. Last laps as a matter of interest. Daniel Rowe 44.8, Christian 44.9. That's how close it is. Anthony Wilson out the pits in 4th. That's a mega... No, he's not. He's still in the pits. A huge improvement in positions. This is where Christian deploys super quick. He comes into this section and closes right up on Daniel Rowe. He's just got a much faster line through there in the Bentley. And he's just got to control not getting it out of a straight line and No tank slappers and slides. Come through the hairpin. And that's a much better line through there. 6/10 the gap between these two. Let's drop back quickly to Bernard King. It's all going on here. Daniel de Villiers, Bernard King, and he's got Jason McGregor in the Porsche right behind him. Bernard he comes down the middle of the track. Oh, Jason out. Decides against it. Hard on the brakes. They come around the hairpin. Well driven. Now down through the final sector. Eddie Kirstein up ahead. Oh, look at this. We're all over the back of Ryan Otten. So, Ryan recovery drive, but on very old tyres and in 8th place. But he must be struggling. Well, maybe not. He's been driving for about 45 minutes on this set of tyres. No longer. Eddie Kirstein has a look, pulls back in behind him, almost loses control of the Ferrari. Oh, gets a superb drive through T2. Goes right around the outside of Ryan Otten's there. That goes to show what the grip's doing for Eddie Kirstein's Ferrari, and that pushes him up into 8th place. I think Ryan Otten's is feeling it now. Mr. Penta, deploy. He's our only hope. It sounds like a line out of Star Wars, guys. Oh, look behind there. Jason McGregor. Still on the push. Burnsy, Mr. King. Again, going to have to run defensive because he is being attacked somewhat here. Yeah, he'll come down and look, he stays in the middle of the track. No, comes to the braking line. He's got enough of a gap. Jason McGregor's right there. Okay, let's go and have a look. Christian deploy. Into T1, T2. Last lap, Daniel Rowe, 44.4. Christian deploy, 44.4. Christian actually the quickest man on the track. A quick lap of a... No, it was Johan Berger Krobler, a 1:44.001. He holds the fastest lap at the moment. Morgan McCall doing very well with the 30 kilos of ballast in 4th place. Now having a bit of a lonely drive there. This is where deploy closes in on Rowe, as I said earlier. Not doing it so much now, but he's there or thereabouts. The gap 7/10. Just under 27 minutes to go in this this round 6 of the GT3 Championship. Gap coming down. It's now only half a second, so deploy trying to close back in, trying to pull another attack or put another attack together. This little section through here, and they super clean, both of them through there. Bentley's riding the curves as good as usual, and he carries, let's see, last lap. Daniel 44.454. Christian deploy 44.391. Closes in by half a sec, 2/10 to half a second. Right, back down here. Oh, look at this. Oh my word, Bernard King. Jason McGregor looking every which way. Oh, and there's a little bit of a tap from the Lexus. No, the Aston Martin. Quickly save that, and we'll go and have another look as they all come down to the... I think it was... we'll see now. Just behind the two Porsches. yesterday. De Villiers and McGregor going absolutely at it. Ryan just behind them. Let's just quickly look at that replay. It was the slightest of taps. Here they come. Lexus runs a bad line through there. The Porsche holds on. Oh, it was a little bit of a clip by the 93 there, Daniel De Villiers. But Ryan manages to hold on to that. So on they go for another one. But look at these Porsches, my word. Oh, a little bit of a side-on-side action there, and that's put De Villiers out in the rough. Jason McGregor, I think there will possibly be a little something to say about that. So Bernard King gets the better of this bunch, and he moves up into 9th place. Jason Luck closing in on Mr. Oosthuizen. Right, down to T1. Is Jason close enough? McLaren's very slippery down this long straight. And I don't think he's... well, he's closing in. Down to 4/10. Come back and check this. Going back up to Christian Deploy. Oh, very close again. Trying hard now to put another attack on the table. Got to give some credit to Mr. Rowe. Again, driving from the pole position and withstanding a huge amount of pressure. These guys are certainly pushing hard. Vega Krobler in 3rd, Morgan McCall in 4th place, and Heinrich de Wet rounding out to top 5, a good ways away. Eric Kirstein, Lexus and Ferrari. Eric Kirstein and Paul Gerber. He's just gone past Paul Gerber, missed it. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, he runs very wide there. Tell you what, you're going to see when a drive-through happens. You'll see the car run too wide and click. 22 minutes to go. Big gaps. Big gaps. Jason Luck closing up. Let's see. 93/10. So somewhere around this lap, he's going to be right on the back end of Peter Oosthuizen and looking to... Oh! Gee, that's a send. He licked that and sent it from many yards back on the main straight. And I think Peter Oosthuizen thought the better of that and just bailed out of that corner. So Jason up into 13th place. Paul Gerber, Eddie Kirstein, and Eric now putting a little bit... Oh, he runs wide there. So he's putting a bit of a gap between him. Bernard King as well in the background. You can see he's almost a second up on Jason McGregor, with Ryan Ottens hanging in there and not too far back Mr. De Villiers. I think that's it. Christian Deploys now. That's the best he can do. He's slowly falling back now. Daniel Rose last lap 44.2. Christian Deploy 44.5. So 20 minutes to go, and Daniel Rose just not going to make a mistake. Possibly there might be some lap traffic coming up soon that could come into play. Yeah. I know. And Rob, yeah, well, there was a long send from Jason. Gee whiz. How did he make that stick? It was mega. Anyway, he's in. Daniel looking at the back of Ryan Ottens. I'm sure the dice isn't over with this lot, and there'll still be some racing going on. Paul Cabin, Eric Kirstein, they're still doing their thing here in 7th and 8th place. Yeah, Daniel Rowe now 1.5 seconds. I think he's loaded the last straw, so to speak, on the camel there, and Christian Deploy just can't hang tough with him. Lex is getting a little squirrely through there, Paul Caber, and he drops off the back of the Ferrari by almost a second. Daniel De Villiers trying to do a send up on Ryan Ottens, and Ryan, who's been going for 43 minutes plus with these tires, and he's struggling for grip now. Daniel De Villiers getting super close and looking from far back, but nothing can be done from there on the hairpin. Ryan Ottens happy just to take his normal line around the hairpin, and onwards he goes. Hey, thanks guys. I must say I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy trying to track the closest dices on the track. You know, you sometimes watch a stream and you're going to watch an arbitrary car that's all on its own go around for like 6 laps, and there's a whole lot of dices going elsewhere. But clearly the production guys are not watching the timing screen, so I go up and down the timing screen all the time just to try and find the closest gaps, and that's where I take us. So hopefully hopefully you've enjoyed that, and it helps. And yeah, I mean, I'm not quick enough to race with you guys, but we do need to stream the Pro Division, and I'm quite happy to do this. Got a good working relationship with Bertus and Raceface. Right, Daniel still right here behind Ottens. Paul Gerber still cycling within a second off the back of Eric Kirstein's Ferrari. These are the two teammates for Team Tryhard. I'm sure they must be in comms with each other, but Eric currently holding the upper hand and showing his pace with the Ferrari. Paul Kerberg in the Lexus hanging in there, but well, got a good drive now in this corner, so we'll see what happens down into T1. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Paul Kerber's looking. He's down the inside. Eric Kirstein's got to let him go. Paul Kerber had the better pace as they came into the braking point and right through T2, T3, and he's on his way. So position change for 7th. You're stirring the pot there, Mr. Fenter. Don't do that. At least there's some coverage happening for the Pro-Ams. Oh, Mr. De Villiers, 3/10, still super close here. Gee, I don't know if you guys are with me at the start of the stream. I made an absolute complete mess up, and I joined the Pro-Am server, and it didn't click until I was like, these lap times are a little bit slow, and I realized I didn't recognize any of the, well, I did, but you know, they weren't the Rose and the Duploys and the Bago Croblers. I was on the wrong server. Felt like an absolute moron. Yeah, caught that one, but sorry guys. Alright, Jason Luck, what is going on here? These two, he was just ahead of Mr. Oosthuizen. Now he's dropped back behind him, and Anthony Wilson's also here. So there's a three-way tussle going on here for 13th place. You don't need to rub it in. We'll make mistakes. I was in such a rush after driver's briefing. I went search for Raceface. I just saw the Pro and I went, that's my server, connect. And I did the whole startup sequence and the track and everything, and you know. And then I was like, and now, hang on, yeah. Yeah. I think Christian's has given up his challenge there, and he's resigning himself to the fact it's going to be second place. Jan Bago in 3rd, Morgan all on his own in 4th place. Heinrich de Wet again your top 5. But Mac van der Merwe, he's right here on the back of he's past Heinrich de Wet. So Mac van der Merwe has just pulled up into 5th place actually, so I think Heinrich had a moment that we didn't see now. Now he's got some problems here. If we have a look at this, it was all over the rumble strips there with the Bentley now, so I don't know if he's got a problem with this car. But that gap just now showed Mac van der Merwe behind him, and now he's ahead. So Heinrich's had a problem somewhere. Daniel de Villiers, 2/10. Oh, look at this. Sideways as they come round here. Ryan Otten's having to give this up, I'm sure. No, he's not. He's going round. Oh, this can't work. Oh, gee. Good driving. Guys giving each other the room. So, respect and good awareness. Good spatial awareness there. Wow. Shame, man. Deploys. He hasn't given up. He's just slow. No, he was quick just now. Shame. Was enjoying him and enjoying the challenge, I must say. So let him know. No, he's not slow. I mean, 44.8 for Rowe, and Christian's last lap of 45 flat. So I need 2/10 off, but he's now 4 seconds down the road here. This at the moment, the closest dice on track. Right, there we go. So he's on 3 off-track warnings, so he's got to be careful. If he runs too wide, he's going to get a drive-through. I still think it's going to happen. We're down to 10 minutes and we haven't seen one. So we should put a little bet together here. A little bit of side bet gambling going on here. Who thinks who's going to get the first drive? Jeez, that's not cool. That's commentator's curse. I'm convinced there'll be some drive-throughs. I was all over. I had 3 warnings on my race last night, and I'm sure some. Yeah, we know Christian deploys, so he's not going to push. But I'm sure some other guys here are defending for all their lives. Anthony Wilson, yeah, he's half a second off the back of Jason. So we'll still see. Oh, and there we go. Mr. Oosthuizen gets a big tank slap, and that lets Jason come through, and Mr. Wilson. So Peter Oosthuizen, he just ran out of talent through that little chicane and turned the McLaren round. Bad luck there. Jason Luck goes up into 13th. Anthony Wilson 14th, and Peter Oosthuizen recovers to 15th. Ooh, the Bentley. Anthony was having a look just like a... No, you can't do that. That line just... That wasn't going to work. Although in saying that, that's what Jason did earlier, hey? Good drive by our friend here, Mr. Luck. Oh, De Villiers again, he's super close. Right. Oh, what is that? There's a car now up in the air. There's a helicopter up there. Oh, and it's gone. Who is that? Down to 19 cars. Somebody's just disconnected. Daniel Erasmus. It wasn't him. I'm just looking on the live stream. So that's a couple of seconds back. I think it was a Bentley. Wilson, it's not. I don't know who that is, but we've lost somebody. Oh, Mr. Fenter, 50 Rand, there's no DTs. Alright. With 8 minutes to go, I'll take that bet. But we did just lose a car. It was a Kinetic Simworks car that was up in the air there. And we're down to 19. Just trying to look a little bit further back on the stream. It shows... It's right. No, it's not Ryan. Let me not say that. Paul Cabot's not Paul Cabot's an Aston Martin then. Vega Chrobler's still there. Bernard King is there. Mumford and Lotus. Shivesh Bassoon. I can't see who it is, but we have lost someone. Daniel Rowe, last lap 45.2. Christian Deploy 45.5. So 4.8 seconds here with just under 7 minutes to go. Daniel De Villiers close up. Any of you guys see who we've just lost? Can't see who was here just now. Now who's gone? Maybe this thing can tell me. Timing screen. Hannes van Wyk. It was Hannes van Wyk who just disconnected. No, it was a couple of laps ago. Couldn't have been Hannes. Yeah, my timing screen goes 19, 21, 22. So whoever it was is just gone and left a whole gap here. Oh, 5.5 minutes. No drive-throughs yet. Daniel De Villiers. Jeez, they're having fun. Oh, and as I say that, he does in fact slow down, lets Ryan sort himself out, so that's the gentlemanly thing to do. Well done. Ryan must be exhausted after this drive. But certainly enjoying it, and the guys are doing well together. Johan Bago-Krobler in third place, having a very lonely drive on his own back there. And yeah, we see Anthony Wilson arriving in his Bentley, and just behind him comes Jason Luck. Chavesh, 3/10 off the back of Gideon Renner. So Dyson going all the way back down the field. Chavesh Bassoon in his Aston Martin. SB Racing. He's obviously man alone in this this team. I found it. It was Jason McGregor. He's disconnected. Jason McGregor's gone. There's his name on my thing and I can't select him. So that's who we've lost there. And McGregor disconnected. Sean Skitter, thank you for the update. Yeah, Mr. Fenter, I will definitely hold my bet with you. Don't worry about that. We run super wide there. Made you look. I bet you that's what you're saying, hey? Daniel de Villiers in 11th place. Ryan Ottens, he feels very little about this whole affair, and he just closes the door. But I know these guys are having super fun here. And while they're dicing, Anthony Wilson is arriving behind them. So 2 minutes 30 seconds to go. Yeah, thanks Sean McGregor. Yeah, he had a disconnect. I saw the car hovering up in the air, but I couldn't work out who it was. Is Christian Deploy giving you some... Oh, there it is, Shavesh. Cheers to your bet. Or did we bet on a person, or was it anybody? No, you said no DTs. It's out the window. Shavesh just saved me. Bad luck. I'll get you. Alright, so Christian told you just got to drive through. Oh, good fun. At least the guy's got a sense of humor while he's driving. Right. 1.5 minutes to go. Daniel Rowe, as reliable as a Swiss watch from the start to the finish. Sustained a bunch of pressure, a pile of laps from Mr. Christian Deploy, and managed to keep him at bay. So going to be another win here. Sorry, Mr. Penta. Morgan McCall in 4th place, who has had a very lonely drive after losing the position to Bago-Krobler earlier, but carrying 30 kilos of ballast, so has done well nonetheless. Mac van der Merwe, here he is, and that's your top 5 at the moment, but closest star still on the track. It's the Daniel de Villiers, Ryan Ottens little race. I'm actually astounded that it was only one drive-through. I must be honest. I think if the dicing was a lot closer, people would have been putting a few more risks, running a few more risks. No, it's all good, man. It's all in the fun of it. Don't worry about that. It's just little things I kind of think up during these races because, you know, it's... Could it happen? Will it happen? Does it happen? So, no worries. Oh, Mr. Ottens, again, super wide, running a defensive line. Daniel de Villiers. Yow, as he outbraked himself. And look at Anthony Wilson. Daniel de Villiers out on the rumble strip, manages to bring it back in line. And Anthony Wilson's here, and let's go and see. Here is Daniel. You've got to give the man a bit of credit, and the last lap as he goes round, in amongst the traffic, mind you. Into the final sector he comes. This will be the last lap. And Shavesh is, he's not going to take that, so he's going to get another penalty added. Needs to take his drive-through. Daniel Rowe now just cycling and just bringing it to the finish. Fireworks and smoke grenades going off on the main straight, I'm sure. And there's the checkered flag. Oh, he was about to harass his teammate there in the Ferrari. Yeah, so Shavesh gets 30 seconds added on for not taking his drive-through, but that's done. First, second, third. Bago Grobler comes through for third. Morgan McCall rounds the final turn. Good drive by this young man. That's fourth place for him. Mac van der Merwe coming through the final chicane. Let's go back to this Ryan Ottens, Daniel de Villiers. Oh, Ryan was all out of sorts there. Daniel trying to go around the outside here. Anthony Wilson wondering what is going on up ahead of him. And Jason Lux now there. Drag race now to the final the positions. And this for 11th. Ryan Ottens 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. There they go. Well done, gentlemen. Gosh, that was fun. And the rest of the field will bring it in. So, yep, there we go. Flag to flag for Daniel Rowe. And he's going to do a full all the way around the track. A little bit of a fun and games going on here. Mr. Deploy giving him a little love tap. And he gets it back. So, Hybrid Academy versus... Look at these guys. Jeez. I hope this is fun. I'm sure it is. Just a day. And now we'll do some donuts. Good, guys. Thank you, Robert. Thanks, Anna and everybody. Thanks for joining me on the YouTubes. That was fun. I will see you next week, but before next week I will see and chat and possibly see a few on Sunday in the Kyle Army 4 hours. We'll be doing that live stream with Metal State for Incredible Connection. And then yeah, next week it is let me just catch up quickly here. Next week we go to Bathurst, the mountain. That is going to be good fun. So don't forget about that one. Mount Panorama, round 7 of the GT3 Championship next week, Thursday.